I don't know. I was wondering.
Hello there. Are you Sneako?
Yeah.
It's good to meet you. I'm a Christian. Do you mind if I have a dialogue?
Hi, brother.
Hello.
We got a Christian but ethno-nationalist over there. Will you be interested? You know who? Guy with the ribbon. And...
Shall we? Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh.
He looks Jewish up there. Yeah, let's talk. Sure. You see.
Sure. So I was wondering what your perspective was about the preservation of the Bible and the Quran.
Right. The Quran has never been changed.
Never been changed. So there's only one Quran.
Yeah, there's only one version of the Quran.
Only one version of the Quran.
Yeah, and since then, like, people have been able to recite it, even if all the Qurans were burned, we'd be able to.
Right. Because the oral tradition, you know exactly what it is, so you can recite it.
I can't recite it, but people can memorize it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, brothers can.
So do you accept that there's 10 Qira'at of the Quran, 10 different readings?
Sure.
Okay, but those 10 different readings are obviously different, right?
Okay.
So if they're different, then there's not one Quran, there's 10 Qurans.
Okay.
So do you take that back, that there's only one Quran?
That's the first time I've heard that.
Well, no, I mean, I said it to you, you accepted it, so I assume you know about it, right? You're not just taking my word for it.
What are the 10 versions?
No, so there's different recitations, just like there's different accents. There's a British accent, there's a Texas accent, there's an English accent.
They're not accents.
Different accent. Who are you gonna believe, a Muslim or a Christian?
So really? Is that what it boils down to? Just believe.
The difference between the Qira'at?
Yeah, of course. So there's a famous one. Muhammad Hijab will tell you this. I had a chat with him about it. So you have in Surah Al-Fatiha, you have Ayah 4. I think it's Ayah 4. It's Ayah 4, right? Yeah. So Maliki Umadin or Maliki Umadin, owner or king in Arabic. They're two different words. So if you want to read up about this, you can get a book called the 10 Qira'at of the Noble Quran by Dr. Fidel Suleiman, who worked for the Bridges Foundation in Cairo, which is a Dawah institute. And he's wrote a book about it, where he translates the Quran into English, but not just in one reading, he does it for all 10. So you can read the differences in the Quran for all different 10 valid readings according to Islamic scholars.
Great.
Cool. So do you accept then that the Quran is not perfectly preserved? Because
no, I'll read that book and I'll see if that's the case. It's the first time I've heard that.
Okay. Well, all right. I think you can see the point that the Quran isn't perfectly preserved, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
That's according to you.
Well, that's according to the scholars I quoted. I mean, you can ask Muhammad Hijab, he has the same view.
Because the question is, which one is divinely revealed?
Well, it gets a bit more complicated because there's supposed to be 7 aluf.
Also, keep in mind that you guys are Christians. You guys misinterpret everything.
Okay. So that's called ad hominem.
Why would we
That's
take
called
your
ad hominem.
interpretation?
That's
You
not
think
so
a man is God?
That's ad hominem. Ad hominem.
Why would we
Calm
take
down.
your-
Calm down. No need to attack someone.
No, I mean,
it's just ad hominem.
common sense.
Ad hominem means against them. It's a fallacy that people use in debate when they can't actually address the point.
I'm having a conversation.
So let's
I'm not
address the point.
debating. I'm having a
So
conversation.
according to Islamic Sunnah, the Hadith, Muhammad says there is 7 viable different ways that you can recite the Quran. They're called the Aruf. I can get the Hadith, it's Sahih al-Bukhari and others as well. So that must mean there are 7 ways of reciting the Quran. But according to your scholars, there's 10. How did that happen?
That was the first time I'm hearing that.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
You should look it up. Because what people are saying is that actually, Uthman, Uthman canonized the Quran. Do you know about that canonization process?
No. What's that?
Okay, so the third caliph.
People like that.
Yeah, so Uthman put together a committee around 652 time to around 656. And he put together this committee to collect different Quranic materials from different places, because there were reports of people arguing about what the Quran was, because they differed. He then decided to standardize it into one Qurayshi dialect, to one standard reading. And then he burnt all the other Quranic materials and he sent it out to the 5 different cities. So you had Kufa, Sham, Medina, Mecca, and so on. My point is that if there's meant to be 7 readings, where are they?
I don't know. Where do you think they are?
I think they were destroyed. I think that 6 out of 7 valid readings for your Quran are destroyed and they're not preserved.
They are within all the recitation we have today.
6 out of 7 is the majority. It's a vast majority.
Who do you think destroyed them?
This is my good friend Sam. Pretty good guy. Love him. Absolutely love
Who do you think destroyed them?
Uthman.
Why do you
Because
think?
They are within.
I don't know. We don't know. I mean, it's a scholarly question. We don't actually know what Uthman destroyed. It just says that there were Quranic manuscript material that was destroyed. It was burnt, but they never elaborate on what that was. So in effect,
You don't think you're just projecting about how all the
is this
Bible-
another ad hominem?
Just a
Is this another ad hominem? Okay,
You
it's ad
don't think you're
hominem.
projecting?
That's a
Because
two-call
how
fallacy.
all the Bible
Hold on. Hold on.
You don't think you're just projecting?
Hold on. That's
your
Got a speaker's
insecurities-
corner.
That's a two-call
You
fallacy.
don't think you're just projecting your insecurities?
No,
on
ad
the
hominem.
Bible?
Ad hominem.
Brother,
Ad hominem.
that's a two-call fallacy. Whether it was or was not the case that the Bible was preserved or not.
Because that's why I know it's about Christians. You guys just project
Hold on, I was still.
your insecurities
Hold on, I was
about
still-
your religion.
You going?
onto Muslims.
Whoa. You going? He walked off. Right.
Look how Sneako just runs away there like a coward at the end of the debate. Because you know what Sneako is? I'm going to tell you guys. Sneako, I don't believe he's a genuine real Muslim. I believe he's just someone that's claiming on to the name of Muslim to rise up to fame. Because if you guys haven't realized, Islam is kind of like the new cool thing, and anyone who says they're a Muslim, not only do they have a support of this large billion barbaric community to hold them back in case they do anything that's wrong, but he also has their support in different ways, financially, physically, mentally, emotionally, in so many different ways, and he doesn't want to give that up. That's the true reason why Sneako does not want to give up Islam. And for all we know, he might even intentionally be a fake Muslim, and behind closed doors he doesn't even practice Islam. But he doesn't seem sincere whenever he's having conversations with other non-Muslims. He doesn't properly defend the faith. He always has someone around him that's just like, you know, this big bad Muslim in the Muslim community to defend him, and he doesn't seem like he sincerely wants to seek the truth, because if he sincerely sought after the truth, he definitely wouldn't be Muslim. He would become a born-again Christian, because I've seen him in multiple conversations and encounters in person and online, and it doesn't matter who's talking to him, he doesn't want to accept the truth, because he doesn't want to accept Jesus Christ. He just wants to be a Muslim for the clout and the fame and the attention that he receives from it, and that's just the unfortunate reality of it. I really love how this brother dismantled the situation, though, because it's true. There's a lot of evidence that the Quran is false, right? For example, we know Uthman burned multiple versions of the Quran, so how do we even know that the version we have of the Quran is the first translation, right? How do we know if that's the authentic, reliable one, right? And not only that, to make it worse, what removes the credibility from the Quran is Muhammad was an illiterate quote-unquote prophet. So if he was illiterate, we have to depend on the scribes that they actually transcribed everything properly that he said, and that they had good intentions. You see, this is the dilemma that we run into the Quran. Not only have multiple translations been burnt, so we don't even know if the first one, the one that we have today, is the authentic first one, but on top of that, the authentic first one might have been corrupt as well, because Muhammad was illiterate and he was not able to verify the Quran. So we don't know if the scribes had ill intent or not when they were writing the Quran. Right, so there's so many issues whenever you look at the Quran we have today, and that's the reason why people should not follow Islam, because not only does it practice hate speech and speech, all these like negative things that are anti-Christ and anti-true God, but at the same time we don't even know if it's reliable or authentic, you know. And so we have to be very careful with these things. But I love how this brother dismantled it, and I find it so funny how Sneako was just running away when the other brother was gonna come in, because if you guys don't know, he did in my other video, he dismantled all of Sneako's arguments. Guys, go ahead and watch that. I'll put that in the link below or something, or you can go on my page and look for it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys. If you guys don't know who Sneako is, for some of you guys, he's basically a famous Twitch streamer, and so he makes a lot of videos, and he became Muslim, so a lot of kids follow him, and that's why I think it's very important for me to make this video, because he has a very large influence, and I think that he should be more honest and have more integrity. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know what you guys think about this. Please subscribe, like, and comment, and share below, and don't forget to turn on notifications. I hope you guys have a blessed weekend.